Pegg, everybody, Simon Pegg. Pantomime horse, robot skeleton. Simon, I'm so glad you're here. I feel like we should know each other.
I know, we have a kind of shared history.
Yes, and yeah, I'm such a fan of your work and your suit.
Well, thank you. Yes, it's special. I knew you when I was a young whippersnapper stand-up because you were on the London circuit at the time.
Yeah.
You were like...
Drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the young stand-ups were frightened of you because if it was Craig comparing, he would kill you.
Yes.
And so you were a bit of a legend. I knew your sister slightly better, Lynn. She compared at a club called Red Rose.
How's she doing?
I think she's all right.
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah.
She lives in LA now.
Does she?
She worked here for years.
I know she came over.
Yeah.
Everybody comes eventually.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know about that.
I just went with the penis thing because it started there, and I figured let's start at that level.
Yeah, well, when I saw in the clip that you had a penis joke, I thought he's going to be very comfortable here. It's fine. No, so Hector and the Search for Happiness. It's about a.
Yeah, it's about a psychiatrist who decides that he can't make his patients happy because essentially he's not happy, so he decides to go off on this journey to discover what happiness is, which takes him all around the world through all these different adventures. I love a pipe.
I think, are you in therapy? I mean...
No, God, no.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm a man. I don't like to ask for help. I won't ask for directions. I won't read. If I have to assemble some sort of IKEA thing, I won't read
I can't read that, you know.
And I do not want to burden somebody with my psychosis. I would rather fester within it and, much like the IKEA thing, find that I have a screw loose myself.
Do you know what I worry about the IKEA thing? You know when they put that thing in there that you're not allowed to eat it?
You're not allowed to eat it?
Yeah, they always say there's...
That's where I've been going wrong.
Yeah, it says... It's that little thing that says, do not eat. I'm like... Oh.
It's for the Swedes, because they eat a lot of furniture.
Well, the Swedes are like, oh, look, a table. This makes me hungry, because I'm also German. So, are you living in London now, or
we moved out of London? I felt I was there for 20 years, and I kind of decided it was time. So we moved to Hertfordshire, just north, where there's some grass. I have dogs and a child, and I didn't want to. I don't know. London, I love it. I just don't want to live in it.
Yes, no, I've been here 20 years in LA.
I know. I remember when you left. There was a huge party, and all the young boys on the circuit rejoiced that they'd no longer be touched. They'd no longer be mauled. I'm kidding.
No,
this is true. My wife has a vinyl album of yours, comedy album of yours.
My Lord.
Yeah.
She must be Scottish.
She is very Scottish.
Is she really?
Yeah, Glaswegian.
That's good. Oh, really? You were married to a Glaswegian woman?
In Glasgow, yeah.
I
have half my...
Look at you, Mr. Tough as Oatcakes. Really? I mean, she's married to a Glaswegian woman? Because I have done that before, and...
I was married at the top of the Byres Road.
Really?
St Simon's Church.
That is...
You get very personal now.
No, the top of the Byres Road where it meets Great Western Road?
Yeah.
That
is...
That's the epicenter, that is the centre of all good, as far as I'm concerned. The West End of Glasgow, that's where everything emanates from.
Yeah. It was a lovely, lovely occasion. And I have half my family is Scottish, who, of course, are always on my back when I'm playing Scottish.
Scotty, yeah, of course. The accent's good.
Well, my father-in-law keeps getting me to say weird things like kludgy and bampot and stuff, and J.J. Abrams keeps telling me to speak English.
Well, you see, this is the essential mistake that they make, because in Scotland, when I go back, some people, my friends, are nice to me, and some people who are not my friends are like, you don't even sound Scottish anymore. Oh, yeah, what happened to you? You sound like an American. And I'm like, well, my job is to be understood. Bollocks.
Yeah,
absolutely. You know...
You have to... I totally agree.
You know, you have to compensate a little bit.
When you come here, and no offense intended, you have to speak American a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Like if I said,
that's because they're Americans.
Yeah.
Their country, you know.
Oh, I need to open my boot because the pavement's wet.
Yeah.
It's trunk, sidewalk, that stuff.
Yeah, right. I need to put some petrol in me lorry. No.
These guys must be needing subtitles, right?
Right, exactly. You have to put gas in your truck.
Thank you.
All right. Do you have a truck yet?
No, I have a
Then
lorry.
you're not an American. Would you ever think about spending a little time over here?
I love it here. I try. The weird thing, though, is with filmmaking is that it tends not to happen in the centre of Western filmmaking, which is LA. It seems
Right.
it's in Vancouver, or it's in New Mexico, or London. Every film I've made this year has been in London. So if I was to move to this glorious city, which I'd like to do because the weather's lovely and I like the people, I probably would have to commute to work.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you'd be away all the time. Actors are always away. That's why I took this job. Absolutely the truth.
Because you can stay somewhere.
I would be. I had you know, my oldest boy was very young at the time. They said, "You're in town every night." I went, "Okay, I'll do it." And here I am.
No, I get it. I miss family when I'm away.
I hate it.
No, I don't hate it. But you know, when you do stuff for a very long time.
Yeah, I get terrible separation anxiety when I've got a 5-year-old girl.
Oh yeah.
And she's chained up. No, that's wrong. It's my daughter.
It's his daughter.
She's chained up. No. And when I'm away from her, it's very difficult. My wife and I, we can sort of FaceTime and stuff. That's easy. When I FaceTime with my daughter, she puts the phone in the fridge and shuts the door. She's done it a couple of times, and I'm just looking up at I'm left
So
looking up at the
when you
produce.
FaceTime, you're actually inside the phone? That's a very interesting...
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm inside the fridge.
It's weird to be looking up at produce. It's very strange.
I've done it before.
That was good.
I really wish you would grow up. So, do you ever do any stand-up anymore?
I haven't done it for a while. You know what it's like when you... if you don't do it for a while, you get rusty very quickly.
Yeah,
that whole thing of being match fit is very important, and it's been such a long time. I went on tour with Steve Coogan for a year.
He's a funny man.
Very funny man, but we were doing character stuff, and I didn't do my set for that long, and when that year finished, I just felt like, oh, I'd be nervous going back, and then things started to happen in film, Shaun of the Dead, and then I got away from it.
Do you know, let me tell you a story about Steve Coogan. It's in Glasgow.
Steve Coogan's stories are good.
This is quite an interesting one. Because I was staying in this hotel in Glasgow and I wanted to get a massage.
Yeah.
And they said, do you want a female therapist or a male therapist? And I said, well, I'd much rather have a female therapist. And they said, OK. And then I get there and it was a guy. And I was like, all right. Because you don't want to go, oh, excuse me, you know. So I went, all right. And so the guy, he was an angry little Scottish sports he's like, Steve Coogan was in here before you. Oh, aye. And I was like, oh, yeah. And he said, yeah, he wanted a female therapist. And then he saw me and he said, no thanks. And he left. And then I went, oh, well, because I thought that's what I was going to do. And then the guy said, you know what he was after, don't you? I was like, and that's how libel starts.
That is the mildest Steve Coogan story there is, but by
it's the only one I could tell on the air.
Yeah.
We have to take a break. We'll be right back. We'll be right back with Simon. It's like me with the booze or you with the good behaviour. Welcome back, everybody. I'm talking to Simon Pegg. He just bought a house, apparently. Yeah, have you really?
No, recently, when we moved out of London.
Oh, yeah. Where you get the kids and the dog.
With
and
the dog, covered it, yep.
Yeah, you only have one child, but you probably, you know, hire other children
I
to
father
play.
other children around the world, sure.
Yeah. Don't say that on TV.
No, I haven't really.
No. It's a very
What's in
nice
here?
suit.
Thank you.
It's shiny.
It is shiny. I want it to shine tonight.
You gave me the wrong show, man. No, it's nice. And then brown shoes with daring.
You know what? I thought, do it. Just be silly. Mix it up. Don't be, you know, this is LA. It's a crazy town.
Wait. First of all, no, it isn't. It's hard to... I've lived here 20 years. I don't really know where it is. I keep looking for the centre of town.
When I first started coming here, I found it very, very difficult because I wasn't sure. Like London, even New York, you can walk everywhere.
Right.
Here, I'd step out onto the road, and it would just be like tumbleweeds and crack people.
Yeah.
And I would be like, where?
I've stayed in that hotel.
I'd be like, where's the corner shop where I can buy a pint of milk?
Oh, you can get stuff in the corner here, but it ain't milk. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a funny place. But
I like
California is beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Once you get it, once you get into the rhythm of it and you understand it, it's a fantastic town. And I really, really enjoy coming here. But I'm not like I'm off the drink too. I don't party, so it's not like I enjoy that side of LA at all.
Well, there's plenty of LA off the drink now as well.
Yeah.
All these people that were causing trouble here in the 70s and 80s and 90s, they're still here. They're just quietly shuffling from one church basement to the next. Yeah. But that's it. We're out of time.
No!
I know.
This was so much fun.
Really?
We were going to talk about drumming, because you were a drummer.
Oh, you were a drummer too, yes.
Yeah.
Why did we do that?
What? Because, you know what I have a theory about drummers is they're essentially very, very outgoing people who hate being at the back. I mean, you like Keith Moon, Ringo Starr, very big personalities.
Right.
Who eventually will migrate forward, like we have done. We've come from behind the kit to be going, yeah, it's me!
Yeah.
Which is what we secretly wanted all along.
I think that might be true. When I was in a band, the singer was Peter Capaldi, who's
Doctor Who.
Who's the Doctor.
The Doctor.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Great choice.
knock it off. 10 points off Gryffindor. And and Peter used to get all the attention from girls. Yeah.
Yeah, it's big. Well, the front man. There's a lot of bitterness when you're a drummer.
I'm still bitter.
Are you?
Yeah.
Me too. Me
I think if you're not bitter, you're not really participating.
I'll go with that.
Well, Simon Pegg, everybody.